Good morning. Okay, my proposal is about Eusebianos school. Um, the principal idea was try to speak about my job was a Byzantine Arts school, but that was very difficult because I have some troubles with the permissions for try to make this work with management and the other ones. But the school I decided to speak about or try to make that a propose is Eusebianos school. This school I know it's very good because I studied there in my high school. Um, Now the facilities. Now the first part. Okay, the first part I try to describe is something like that is the school. What happened with each one of the parts. Now, it's important you know that the school is a public school, and if you wanted to try to change try to change something, that's important. You giving some permissions, and after you present a big project. Yeah, and here you can see it. This part and I sign it right now is the school. Yes, this picture is an old picture. Yeah, but if you can see it, this is really big, and that's so important. This is a beautiful school. It has a good buildings. I mean, sort of kind of old buildings, but so big buildings, and as nice. Here you say a main building. This is the main building. I suppose that here I'm studied there, and I was excellent experiences in my life. And the buildings was nice. I mean, we have the necessary things for you to try to live your skills in a high school. Yes, but in 2014 the Eusebianos school present a project and a big project, and in this big project including to build a new buildings. Yes, and this is the process. This is the new buildings for the school. Yeah, I suppose that here we have a possibility our students try to improve their abilities in a science. Yes, a like of physical and the other ones. Here they are two labs, they are two system rooms, and they are other kind of important things for the students try to improve the skills for the high school. That part is important. Yes, I mean, if we do try to, I don't pretend to speak, or I don't pretend to propose to changing something in physical buildings, because I know 2 years ago the school we had the opportunity to do to building to build the new buildings. But in 2003, the Popayan city decided that the elementary school specific only institution has elementary school need to include it in a big school. For this reason, Eusebianos school decided to include it 5 new auxiliary buildings like to elementary school. And here there is this is one. The name for that was Eusebianos school too, but before to that, the name was to Escuela Urbana Mixta de Chune. Yes, and also this is one of the 5 auxiliary buildings for try to help the children in this institution. I mean, more or less in 2001 2002, the institution only have 600 students, no more, entre 60 between 16 and 700 students. When they included that part, the institution were help around 900 or 1000 students. But with the new building, the institution helps right now around to 150 and 170 1,700 students, more or less. So sorry, I kind of confused with the numbers, but I suppose that is so really big. When you have a lot of students, you have a real big responsibility to, for try to deliver the important skills in a high school. For this reason, my proposal is not about that, and my proposal is not about the teachers and the environment teachers. I know the teacher here is a public teachers, and this kind of teachers has good benefits in our jobs. One of these is only work half work day. That is just as important, beginning the journal to 7 a.m. and finish to 11 a.m. That is a pretty short time to work, and they have a good places in the school for the teacher's room, auto cafeteria, and the other ones. Yes, and that's important. For me, my proposal specific is about the children. Yes, and I wanted to explain us what happened with these children. Here are the benefits. As you can see here, three important pictures, and I can to this delete my proposal in this parts. Okay, number one, obviously, here are the children. If you worked in a school, like a teacher, like a secretary, like to other position in the school, you need to decide it. You need to know that most important here is the students. There is another other true, yes, and all the things that you try to make every day is for try to improve the skills for these students. Yes, when you try to study to be a teacher, you need to it's really important to understand one thing. All the things that you try to do is for try to improve their future. For me, that's proposes for these students, and it's important the teachers understand that the times are changing all the time, and it's important the institutions try to incorporate the different strategies and the different methodologies for try to improve the future for these children. That's the most important. The first propose, I say here, different ways. You can see here. The different ways as an important thing. Yes. Before Annan spoke about to auxiliary buildings like to elementary schools. Yes, I mean the real situation for this elementary school is totally different to a main school. Yes, and the elementary schools you can see here. We have less opportunity to improve and enjoy the benefits because it's not the principal building, it's other kind of building, and it's other kind of teachers, and the students try to work with the different real situations for that, and the proposal is try to equality, try to make the things for try these elementary schools try began to a nice schools. Yes, not only in a teacher and a methodology and strategies, but it's possible to try to change the color. You trying to put a new desk. You try to put the beautiful places. You try to organize the school. I mean, I know that this elementary school was in a real problem society in a city. Yes, because the societal level for these students is 0, 1, or 2 or 3 as possible, and note as important is important the teachers, the community, the Eusebianos school like to try to change the imagine about the reality. Yes, and that is important. It's sort of important try to improve each one of these buildings for try the students feels good in this process, in this opportunity for try to change their futures or try to improve the futures. This is the number one proposal. In a second proposal, I speak about the new places. Yes, here you can see this is the library school. Yeah, normally the principal teacher uses for a conference or use it for information or meetings. Yes, but for me it's real important. The students view the library total different than a traditional viewer. Yes, I mean it's important the school try to design a strategy or try to design a methodology for try to incorporate our students in this place. As important, the students decided stayed in this place because it's funny, because it's attractive, because it's good, because the people is nice, because it's possible that you learn the other ways. Yes, it's really important. The students try to think in a different way about the library. Yes, for me it's real important, and I try. You need to design in a project that the students beginning to love, read, beginning to love, state to stay in these places. That's real important. That now this is the number one proposed. The other proposed is to try to put more funny places. I mean, right now all is about the technology. Yes, and this is a reality. It's no illusion or dream. No, it's a reality. Um, the last week, the last month, in half to October, I was to opportunity to stay in Bogota, and I was working in a conference about the technology and the teacher and a teacher strategies for includes the technology in our classes. It's about to us a copy. That's really important. Each one of the schools try to um, take the flag for organize a new strategy and new places for improve the e-learning. That's also possible. Yes, for this, the other proposal is try to open in a place. Yes, and it's possible to try to have a more contents about to experts of video games or gamers online. That is a possible, and it's possible to try to include this in your classes. Yes, as possible, the teachers make a dynamics for try to improve that. That's real. It's real important. Yes, and this is the other proposal is designer strategies and a methodology for try to include the technology in each one of the classes and try to open in a specific places for try to work that. I mean, the school made a project for a new building. Yes, in Colpopayan specific, the main schools like to industrial, like other ones, has like a name has a I don't know what is in English, but the Spanish is Punto Vive Digital. Yes, it's an strategy from Colombia. Yes, but now as is possible, this school need to put propose or need to design a plan for try to put these kind of places here, because these places is the opportunity to our students. They had different lives, hard lives, try to change for some minutes, or try to change other important things in our education. Yes, and it is possible try to put the technology and funny moments in a school. Yes, always I believe the school need to change imagines in the students. Yeah, that's really important. The students feels the school like the second home, in a safe home, a safe place where can stay all the day if they prefer. Yes, but it's necessary try to change some important things there. Yes, I know this is a public school, but as a possible try to to leave other strategies for that. And no more. This is the proposed about the different ways at the new places in different schools. Always thinking in the children. That's the most important. This is the reason. This is the reason. The main reason for a teacher's life. Yes, that's all.